The RN certificate is not equivalent to the BSc in nursing. It is not. The RN certificate is not the same with the BSc in nursing. As a matter of fact, there are obvious differences between these two. So I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of my students asking, is the BSc in nursing higher than the RN? Of course, the answer is yes. Okay. Now remember, in my previous video, I made a video about how you can become a nurse in Nigeria, and I said you can go through the schools of nursing, or you can go through the colleges of nursing, or you can go through the universities. Now the universities is like the higher cadre. It's like where you get the highest qualification amongst these three. Okay, so in the university you get your BSc or your degree in nursing, and this qualification is greater or higher than the RN professionally and academically. So what I'll be doing in this video is to be telling you, first of all, you ask me, why are there these obvious differences? Like you can go through the schools, colleges of nursing, and the university in nursing, whereas in the medical field, like in medicine, like in being a doctor, you just go straight through the university and get your MBBS and all that. So I'm going to be telling you why these differences exist, okay? And the difference is really between the RN and the BSc. Now these are the main ones I'm concentrating on, the RN here and the BSc here. So I'm going to be concentrating on these differences in this video, so that you understand, whichever one you're going for, you understand essentially what is given there, and then you can always depend on what what we give this for you out as facts. Now I cannot continue this video without asking you to please subscribe. Like growing channels like ours, nobody pays you for what you do. Nobody pays us for this video, so the only encouragement we get is when we see you subscribe, when we see you like our videos, when we see you drop comments. Even if I didn't answer your question, or there's something I'm missing in this video, because of course I may not be able to remember to say everything. So if you still have questions, always feel free to drop your comment in the comment box below. These are the only ways we feel encouraged. Anyway, thank you so much, and let's continue our discussion for the day. So let me begin by telling you that the RN certificate is not the same with the BSc certificate. It is not the same. The BSc certificate is higher, greater than the RN certificate, professionally and academically, right? Now this is not to say that every other person with RN, with just the RN qualification, is lesser or is less than a human being than the person with the BSc. No. Okay, in fact, as a matter of fact, when my students be like, we feel inferior when we meet the BSc students. We feel inferior to them because they have higher qualification, they're studying for higher qualification. I'm like, in life there will always be people who have higher qualification than you. There will always be people who have better things than you, and there will always be people that you have more qualifications, better things than. So the main goal in life is to continue to build on ourselves, continue to improve on ourselves. And you can never look at somebody and feel inferior. Like, come on. Okay, you don't know what the person's journey has been. You don't know, the person is on his or her own journey. I made a video on these things, so do well to check out my YouTube channel very well. Okay, I made a video on self-esteem, all this and all that, being jealous of other people, or looking at yourself and being like you're inferior to other people. So what I'm saying in essence is that if you have the RN certificate, it's fine. What you just need to keep doing is to keep building on yourself, because that's what we keep doing, even the person with the BSc certificate. So let me not derail too much. So the BSc certificate or qualification is a degree certificate in nursing, and is greater than the RN, and is only obtained in the universities, right? It's only obtained in the universities. So I said in the universities you obtain your RN there, you get your BSc in nursing, or BNSC, it's the same thing. Then you get your RM, registered midwife, and you get your RPHN, registered public health nurse. So these are certificates you get in the university, and specifically that BSc in nursing is greater than the RN certificate. Okay, so the RN certificate is like a hospital-based certificate, okay, accompanied with a license to practice in Nigeria. Now, if you are after the RN certificate, you can now go ahead to the universities through direct entry. Okay, you get the direct entry form for the universities, and go back to the universities for another 3 to 4 years to get your RN certificate. Now remember that you spent 3 years in the schools of nursing to get your RN. Now if you go back to the university, spend 3 or 3 to 4 years again, that will make it a total of 6 years, or a little bit bigger than 6 years, which is almost the same number of years you spend in university. Remember, to get your RM, BSc, and your RM in universities, the total is 5 years, right? Plus your NYSC. So unlike the RN certificate that is just 3 years, right? So when you get it, you can easily proceed to the university through direct entry and get your RN, right? Sorry, and get your BSc in nursing. So it's as easy as that. I know it's not as easy as it sounds. So, but when you have the RN certificate, now that's so much leverage. Anybody who is a nurse has so much leverage in Nigeria today, and that's why I'm doing all this to encourage more people to get into the nursing profession, because there's no time that now, like, the demand for nurses are like skyrocketed, so you need to like queue in. So don't be discouraged if you're having difficulties with entrance into the university, if you're having difficulties with getting admission into the schools of nursing. Don't be discouraged. Keep it up. It is really worth it. For instance, the RN certificate that we are talking about, that is lower than the BSc. Once you have it, I'm telling you that is like, if you introduce yourself as an RN, like that is a beautiful thing. I'm not saying that that's all that there is to life. No, I'm saying that that's a beautiful thing, and you can always migrate. You can always travel abroad if you're a person who is intent on traveling, who really wants to travel. Like at this time, if you have the RN certificate, they want tickets to abroad. So there in the abroad, or in developed countries or so, you can easily do 1 year top-up program for your degree. So if you have an RN certificate, unlike here in Nigeria where you do 3 to 4 years, you can always do just 1 year top-up to get your BSc. So you can see that there's really no point to beat yourself up if you're in the schools of nursing, or if you're doing the RM program versus the BSc program. So if you're doing the BSc program, that's wonderful, because you eventually get all the certificates you need without going through this and through that. So that's just basically what I want to do in this video, so that you understand what is actually going on. So I've established that the RN certificate is not equivalent, is lesser than the BSc certificate, both professionally and academically. In the professional scene, in the professional sense of the word, when you have a BSc holder and an RN holder, of course, the BSc holder will be in a higher position than the RN holder. That's professionally. Academically, the same. So if you're doing an RN program, you remember that you have to still proceed for your BSc or degree. So you're either doing it here in Nigeria, where you spend 3 to 4 years through direct entry into the universities, or you can do it abroad where you spend 1 year. So I was saying that nursing is one of the courses that you should really study at this time that we are in the world. Like, nursing is one of the courses you should really study. Like, if you get admission into nursing, or you're a nurse, like, you're so much of an asset in our world. Anyway, I hope that this video was helpful. I'm going to make other videos, so remember to subscribe to my channel, remember to like this video, remember to share it out. Thank you so much, and remember that we are all for nurses, we are all for students who are seeking admission. So do well to reach out to us. Thank you so much. Bye.